Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a fantastic atmosphere here tonight. Good evening, and thank you all so much here in the audience tonight for that wonderfully warm welcome. Of course, a little bit of housekeeping first. Our thoughts tonight are with Pat and his family, and I really am honoured, and I have to admit, the mouth is dry and just a tiny bit odd to find myself standing in here for Pat tonight and welcoming you to the big one, the Late Late Show. And boys, oh boys, do we have a lineup for you tonight, my friends. Where do I begin? Well, we'll be meeting Daniel and Magella, Tommy Tiernan, Roseanne Barr, music from Snow Patrol. Will we begin? Okay, let's do it. My first guest, ladies and gentlemen, is a true Hollywood royal legend. He has starred in over 100 movies. He's been married 5 times. He has romanced screen beauties like Marilyn Monroe, Janet Leigh, Natalie Wood, to name just a few. He's been there, he's done that. This man has partied with the greats. He's been out late with Frank Sinatra, Cary Grant, James Dean, Howard Hughes, and even the Kennedys. And he says of himself, he has led a truly amazing life. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome the legendary Tony Curtis. Hey, cowboy. Mr. Curtis.
You know my funny wife?
And it's a package. This is his beautiful, beautiful wife, Jill. And Jill...
She's number 4.
Jill is number 5. Number 5, Tony. Where, you know, we have to keep count here. Fifth one. Jill is how many years younger, Tony? 40? Would it be 43?
Like that.
43 years younger. That works for
And
me.
if she dies, she dies.
Jill, lovely to meet you. Thank you for being here with us. Tony, let's go, buddy.
I'll see you later. Where am I?
We're not dancing yet, my friend.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
Do you know something? We were doing a photo call with this legend here earlier on, and I was so nervous, you know, meeting one of the greats, one of the truly serious movie legends. And he's here with us tonight at 83 years of age.
83.
Yeah, and this man rocked and rolled with the very best of them. Now, let's put him in context, okay? Let's go back in time and just have a quick look at where it all began, as far as I'm concerned, in a movie with Marilyn Monroe called Some Like It Hot. And Jack Lemmon. Let's have a look.
Well, I don't know how to put it, but I've got this thing about girls.
What thing?
They just sort of leave me cold.
You mean like frigid?
Well, it's more like a mental block. When I'm with a girl, it does absolutely nothing to me.
Have you tried?
Have I? I'm trying all the time. See? Nothing.
That was you, and you know, for you know the real movie buffs, that was you doing your Cary Grant, one of your great heroes. You're doing Cary Grant, you're being Tony Curtis, and you're kissing Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, what a combination.
What was it like?
Well, Marilyn was having a lot of trouble then.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
You know, we knew each other 10 years. We went together in the late 40s, early 50s. And she went on and started a career. I was already underway. And we ran across each other at parties. And everything was fine. We always liked to, reminisce about what it was like with each other. I had a Buick convertible with Dynaflow drive, pale pink, pale blue.
Beautiful car.
And she'd always ask me about the car after we had, you know, had busted up. And then we met again when we did the movie Some Like It Hot. she was a tortured girl. It was very hard for her to accept the reality of what a player she was. There wasn't a woman around that was better than that girl.
Now, Tony, she was a dangerous woman for a young man, because I think she was 19 when you met her first, and you were 20 maybe. Both of you just getting ready to break into movies.
Well, we learned about each other.
Really,
we learned about what it was like to
elaborate?
be with a woman and a man, you know.
Well, now, you brought it up, Tony, because, you know, there are some people who disrespect the love-making memory of Marilyn Monroe, who say that she wasn't good in bed.
Well, there's not much to learn. There's only a few things you can do, you know, and that's it.
And so, she could do them all.
And you'd sit on the edge of a bed and do nothing and feel you were doing something. It was a miracle.
That's extraordinary.
But you know, I loved it all. For me, it was an extension of what I had hoped it would be like. Being in the movies, that's all I ever wanted to do, was be in a movie. And you know what saddens me?
What?
All of these guys and girls are all gone now.
Oh, your old friends. Cary Grant's gone. James Dean's gone.
That's sad.
Hugh's gone.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? That's the name of the game.
Now, you know, when you look back and, you know, you partied with the best of them, you rocked, you rolled, lots of women, even drugs later on, certainly not short of a few drinks upon an evening. And yet, they're all dead. Jimi Hendrix is dead. All your pals are dead. Yes. You're still here. What's the secret?
A lot of us, I include all of us, are gone now because of the heavy toll that drugs, living fast, had its effect on us. That was a very powerful, you know, period of time.
Well, when you made, you know, many film actors did not make the jump from the big screen in the 70s to the small television screen as effectively as you did. You ended up in The Persuaders, very effective transformation, and reinvented yourself. Then you got stuck into the cocaine. Not just stuck into the cocaine, but freebasing cocaine, not doing it by half measures.
And there were so many of us that got freebased, that started using. We had no idea the tragedy of what drug addiction was. It's only in retrospect that I realized how close I came to just almost annihilate myself. And I want to share that with everybody, you know? And not go into detail, but to see what I look like now and the kind of a life I have, so it can be done. You know, you can pass over it.
Well, most of them did pass over it. They went. No, and you know, I mean, you lost a son to drugs as well, and I know that's something that pains you greatly still. And I don't even think it's something that you speak about, as far as I know. Do you?
If you like, I could tell you a story or two.
Do, please.
That'll give you an idea what it was like. May I?
Please.
Ori Kelly was the gentleman who made our dresses. They sent Jack and I to Western Costumes to try women's dresses on. I got stuck in a Loretta Young. And they put it on me, and I had to prance around like Loretta Young. It didn't look right. So we went to Billy Wilder and asked him if he would allow Ori Kelly, who was doing the clothes, to make clothes for us.
Yeah, proper clothes, proper dresses.
Proper dresses.
Befitting Mr. Lennon and Mr. Curtis.
Yes, check the shoulders, the hips, everything. Anyway, that's what he did. He came to our dressing room. There was Jack and I in separate ones alongside of each other. And Jack was wearing boxer shorts, and he measured him 29, 34, 31, 14. He measured all of them. And some guy was sitting in the dressing room writing them down. Then when he finished with Jack, he came to see me, and I was wearing the equivalent of Calvin Klein's. He took out that, you know the kind of a measuring stick he had? What our mothers maybe had. You know, it was made of celluloid or whatever.
Yeah, plastic ruler.
Yes. Yeah. And measured me with that one.
And what did he measure?
Everything me 29, 31, 54, 12, 6. Then when he finished with me, he went to see Marilyn. Now, when he walked in to see Marilyn, she was wearing pantyhose. Not pantyhose, she was wearing a pair of panties and a silk blouse that buttoned up the front and 3-inch heels. That's the way she came out. And Ori Kelly said, I'll measure her. And he started on the back, 24, 27, delicately. Because Ori said he had never seen a woman so beautifully stacked or built or anything. Anyway, he got to her bottom. And as he was measuring her bottom, he looked up at her and said, you know, Tony Curtis has a better looking ass than you. So yeah, she raised her hand and stopped him from going any further, and she unbuttoned the blouse, opened it, and said, he doesn't have tits like these. Excuse the vernacular.
No, can I just say, Mr. Curtis, you painted a picture of almost impossible and delicate deliciousness.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of becoming a little sweaty even thinking about it. Now, I think you'd great affection for her, but you know, she wasn't the only woman. There were a lot of women. Sinatra sent you out as
he would send me out
as a
hunting.
boy to get women for him.
It was like I was at the end of a reel. He'd spin me out to the different clubs. It was quite exciting in those days, you know. But I was 10, 12 years younger than that group. And I was so impressed with the way Frank handled himself, Dean Martin. You know, these were my idols. Cary Grant. I watched all of them and tried to emulate them in a way.
In the book, you obviously have not just tremendous respect for Cary Grant, but you feel that he was the perfect film star, the perfect gent. He could merge good manners with being a tough guy, respect with wisdom. What was it about him that you loved so much? What was the best
Cary
thing?
Grant.
Yeah. You loved the man, you did.
I loved him. When I met him, I was stunned by it. He was such a kind man, you know? He understood his profession. He didn't take advantage of it. There was never anything said about him that was salacious or rude or nothing. He brought a kind of an elegance to that profession. You know, it's a tough profession. Once you get into it, it's very, very hard to maintain your own individuality.
Do you have respect for the new crop? Is there anybody in particular you watch and look and admire?
I do, but they have, they fall apart under certain circumstances.
I know you admire Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, Robert Downey Jr.
It's funny because he's got a lot of similar history to you.
Yes, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's nice.
Yeah, he's a good actor, he's a fine actor. He's had his problems.
Huh?
He's had his problems. He's been in and out of drug rehabilitation. But
it's intriguing, my friend.
Yeah.
How us guys can get wandering.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell me a little about yourself. Come on. This audience, tell me what you were like when you were 17.
What was I like when I was 17?
Where were you living when you were that age?
I was living in Clontarf. I had hair down to here, and I was an idiot. I thought I was going to be a movie star.
You did?
Yeah, so instead I end up interviewing movie stars. It's second best.
You're a good guy.
Well, you're a great guy.
Well...
He's a great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Curtis.
I'm gonna go
Let me hang on there for a minute. You stay there. Yeah. Tony's book, and can I just say, this book is really worth reading. This is a history of Hollywood. American Prince, it's called, my autobiography. And wonderful, wonderful, absolutely delighted, you know, that you were able to come here.
Glad
Are
you
you
like
all impressed? Well, I'm telling you, in the book, there is just so many wonderful stories. There is so much of Hollywood history in there that basically it's a primer for, you know, even considering becoming a
Thank
movie
you.
star.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until just now.
Yeah.
It is a primer. It is
Yeah.
kind of introduces you to
Yeah.
Hollywood. And
How
the
we doing,
girls.
Johnny? We okay there? Great. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Curtis. Here I go. No, you stay there. Thank you. Oh, thank you. No, you stay there. Stay there. My night's made. My night's made. Now for some music. We're going to have some rock and roll. And regular listeners to the radio show will know that I am, well, to put it mildly, a very big fan of this next lot. Their new album, 100 Million Suns, is released today, and from it, they're going to play Take Back the City. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Snow Patrol.
Take back the city for yourself tonight. I'll take back the city from you. Take back the city for yourself tonight. Whoa. God knows you put your life into its hands, and it's both cradled you and crushed. But now it's time to make your own demands. Whoa. All these years later and it's killing me. Your broken records and words. 10,000 critters where it all should be. Whoa. No need to put your words into my mouth. Be convincing at all. I love this place enough to have no doubt. Whoa. It's a mess. It's a start, it's a flawed work of art. Your city, your call, every crack, every wall. Pick a side, pick a fight, to get your appetite right. You can sing till you drop, 'cause the fun just never stops. Tonight, I love this city always. It bears its teeth like a right and spits me out after days. But we're all plotters for it. We know it's wrong and it's right. For every time it's been hit, take back the city tonight. Tell me you never wanted more than this, and I will stop talking now. One perfect partner, one eternal kiss. Whoa. Take back the city for yourself tonight. Take back the city for me. Take back the city for yourself tonight. Whoa. It's a mess. It's a start, it's a flawed work of art. Your city, your call, every crack, every wall. Pick a side, pick a fight, to get your appetite right. You can sing till you drop, 'cause the fun just never stops. I love this city tonight. I love this city always. It bears its teeth like a right and spits me out after days. But we're all plotters for it. We know it's wrong and it's right. For every time it's been hit, take back the city tonight.
guys. Rock and roll, stop the late. Wonderful, fantastic. Now, it's not really, I think it would be ridiculous to be trying to interview two guys standing up here. What I want to do right now is I want to tell these guys that through good and bad times, through times I think when maybe at little odd, strange moments in my life when I was feeling a bit low, I listened to the lyrics of the songs and I sat there in tears and I went, this is a connection. These guys are geniuses, right? They're absolute geniuses, and they're going to represent us as rock and roll ambassadors par excellence all over the world. Do you have any idea what's about to happen to you?
Right at this minute?
No, not at this minute. You're okay. You're all right. You're okay just for now. But you've got a very heavy weight on your shoulders at the moment.
Well, thanks for
It
bringing
started with Grey's Anatomy, and I don't know where it's going to end. Brand new album, 100 Million Suns.
You've stricken the fear of God into us, to be honest.
I was scared.
Yeah, are you scared? Well, you should be scared. You should be absolutely petrified. Because we are sending you out there to continue the work that was begun by a small north side Dublin band. I know Bangor's good, but you know, we had it on the north side of Dublin as well. And do you feel that? Do you feel that that's there with you?
Not 100% sure about that. We certainly like to think of ourselves as we'd like to conduct ourselves as best we can when out there in the world. You'll be pleased to know.
And you do.
But, yeah.
Mind you, we did have that rather unfortunate occasion when I was standing at the side of the stage. I was going, where's the keyboard player at Oxygen? And he didn't make it through the airport, he didn't. But he made it here tonight.
He did make it here tonight.
He did make it here tonight. No, he wouldn't miss it. He's such a vital part of that sound. Where are you off to next?
We're the States, actually.
Yeah, well, a small tour here. Yeah.
And
Stop moving away, come back.
Sorry, I'm just afraid of you now.
No need to be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid
I'm
anymore.
just like your weird uncle.
And that makes me all the calmer.
Tall, isn't he?
Yeah. That's my weird uncle used to say.
He's tall and handsome. Anyway, guys, look, it's fantastic to have you here.
Thank you.
And I don't have to wish you the best of luck because I don't think luck is in it here. They've got talent, and that's all that really matters. It's been a pleasure. Take care. Snow Patrol. There it is. Look at that. Take a look. Hey, Johnny, give somebody a free album there, will you? Thank you very much indeed. It's a great album, by the way. Enjoy. Enjoy. Okay. Snow Patrol, by the way, are in the Gate Theatre, Dublin, on Sunday. Good news for them. Bad news for you, because it's sold out, okay? But it'll be a great concert. They'll be coming back this way shortly, don't worry. Now it's time to tell you all about tonight's phone-in competition. And I have been warned not to mess this up, because Pat gets it absolutely perfect. The prize comes from the Kieran Maguire Group. They are the developers of the Palm View Resort in Cape Verde, which is set to be the world's most luxurious resort. The first phase of their apartments and villas have just been launched. Details can be found on kieranmaguire.com, and here's the prize. Cape Verde is the new Caribbean and a great destination for water sports and diving, and just complete luxury and escapism. Yes, that's it, friends. Luxuriate in the sun. You and a friend will enjoy 7 nights in 5-star luxury with all meals, sports and activities included. But just in case, we're going to give you €5,000 spending money to go with the holiday. Yeah, I kind of felt like that as well. Now, for your chance to win, answer the following question. This is such a cinch. It's really basically a giveaway. Which of these is the title, and don't say anything, shh. Which of these is the title of a famous movie starring Robert De Niro? Is it Cape Hope? Is it Cape Love? Or is it Cape Fear? Now, if you think you know the answer, call 15 15 71 71 81 with your name, your number, and your answer. Or you could text LATE, followed by your answer and your name, to 57111. Viewers in Northern Ireland won't be left out. You can also text 57111, or you could call this number, 0901 293 0050. The usual terms and conditions apply. You must be over 18 years of age, older than me. Lines close at 11 tonight, and I will be calling the winner before the end of the show. So remember, you must be there to take the call, or you don't get the prize. Coming up after the break, are you ready for this? Daniel and Magella together for the first time. You've been very, very kind to me. Thank you very much indeed. So far, the show's been an absolute delight. And to show my gratitude and to make sure that the love continues to flow towards me this evening, I have something special. I'm just going to take it out of my pocket now. Please. I was told not to let that aspect of my personality out. I have something special for one lucky audience member tonight. Here it is. Look, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's a little pink phone. Yum, 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 yum. Now, this phone is available exclusively from Tesco Mobile from November the 3rd. They keep asking me to turn it around, and I'm turning it around. I love doing that. Now, who... Please. Please. It's not Vicar Street. Now, who will I give this mobile phone to this evening? Yes, I think so. Let's go. Take back the city tonight. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
I'm Chris.
Well, Chris, you're the lucky winner of this fabulous Tesco mobile phone.
Great.
Do you like it?
I love it.
And it comes complete with its own fabulous Tesco mobile SIM pack, or it wouldn't be much friggin' use to you, would it now? But we're delighted now. Now, you know, she's very special, isn't she? The way that she caught my eye, and the way I just kind of ambled up to her and I said, look, there you go, the phone for you. Well, do you know what? She shouldn't be the only special one here. No, because Tesco Mobile have one for everybody. Okay, there you go. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? Now, oh, calm down, it's only a phone. 6 years ago, it's a very important introduction. 6 years ago, my next two guests announced their wedding plans. And to be honest, they surprised, I think, almost everybody in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the first time together on TV, Daniel and Magella O'Donnell. It's a lot of icons on the show tonight. How are you two?
Very good, we're great.
Oh, you're looking great. Do you know that? You're looking fantastic. Now, I think I'm right in saying that this is the first time that the two of you have been on together,
yeah,
isn't it?
it's the first live. We did a recorded show with Gerry, Kelly in the North a wee while ago, but this is the first live appearance, as we can be live. Or as live as we can be.
It's a double act, folks. We're in trouble here. It's a double act. Now, how long are you married?
6 years.
6 years.
On the
4th of November.
Who proposed to who?
Well, I proposed to her.
Yeah.
And,
over the phone, through her mother, over the phone, while she was sitting beside you. It's very complicated.
It was a wee bit complicated.
Yeah.
We met in
Fancy that from you.
met in 1999, and then we got engaged Christmas Day 2001. And we were up in Donegal, and it was Christmas morning, or just before dinner time, and my mother and Kathleen, my sister, and all the family were in our house for dinner, and a few neighbours, and I had the ring already, you know, and I was trying to get her in a quiet moment.
Is it a decent ring, is it?
Oh, sure, it's a mighty rock altogether.
I have one to go with every outfit, actually. It's not just one.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
I reckon it's buzz.
When you push her down there, she's going above her
I reckon
station.
it's buzz. He's trying to tell a story.
But anyway, we eventually I said to her, did you ring your mother? And she said, no, I'll do it later. I says, go on and ring your mother on Christmas Day. So she picked up the kitchen phone, and I says, will you go into the room? I says, we'll have a bit of quietness. Yeah. So she went in, and that was when I got her on the quiet, and she was on the phone to her mother, and I took the phone off her, and I says, Marion, I have a bit of business to do now. I have to put a ring on your daughter's finger. So Marion was crying, she was crying. We came downstairs, and everybody else was crying. So it was a typical
So it was an
happy
awful
Irish
crying.
occasion.
And how long did it go on for? I mean, how long did this proposal take?
Oh, it didn't take too long.
no.
Oh, God, no, it was a quick
But did he
event.
actually say
Gerry,
the words?
the
I mean,
dinner-
did he do the,
No,
you know?
no, that was it. He asked me
Would
through
you
my
do it
mother.
now? Would you do it
No,
now?
what did I tell you?
Jeff,
We couldn't take long because the dinner was ready.
So you weren't down on one knee.
Well, I was
Daniel
kind of, you know, I
O'Donnell.
was kind of like, you know. I mean,
It was good enough for me, Gerry.
I
It was
was,
good enough
I
for you.
was 40, like, you know, when you wait that long, you have to be careful on the knee.
Now, of course, you said yes, and there began probably one of the most fascinating stories for any Irish couple, because the papers went berserk. I think I recall talking to you on the radio programme as well. And everybody was, who is she? What is it? What's going on? And there were all sorts of things. She's been married before. She's 2 children. Will they get married in a church? And I remember he came on and said, you know, I don't give a fiddler's. I love her. I love her. And that's it.
I think there was a lot of questions at that time, you know. I suppose it was a wild shock for me, being me, I suppose, that Majella ended up being divorced and had the children. But I mean, at my age, first of all, I suppose, before I met Majella, I was very content and happy, and maybe I didn't even think I would meet somebody to settle down
Just
with.
Ludo and darts for
I
you
know.
at that stage.
Maybe just the Ludo. The darts would be too dangerous for me.
Probably.
But anyway, when we met, we just hit it off, I suppose, right away. And then there was a period when I questioned it. When I knew it was getting serious, I suppose I did question the whole thing of Majella being married, even though her and her husband were already divorced and they'd been separated for a while. And we parted, you know, or we stopped seeing one another for a while.
He finished with you.
And
Was he going through a terrible crisis, was he?
Blew me out, he did. Just, this isn't working, I'm sorry, you know.
And what was your reaction to that?
Well, I was terribly disappointed.
oh, she was very cute. She said nothing. She knew she knew I was going to come back.
Well, of course, you were getting old. You needed help with your jacket and stuff like that, you know.
But anyway, I suppose after a period of a couple of months, I realized that, you know, happiness is something that if you find it, you should grab it with both hands. And I thought that whatever difficulties we might face, be it in the religious sense or whatever it might be.
But you didn't face any difficulties, really.
No,
At the
but-
end of the day, I think
no.
there was a tremendous warmth.
Oh, I know,
towards
yes, but I
both of you.
suppose you have all these questions, you know, and I realized then that, you know, to be happy was more important than all of the other obstacles, and we just got together, and it's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
Now, I know, yes, and that is where love, believe you me, love is always worth applauding, isn't it? Now, I know you 2 children already, and this is one area that I know that both of you find a little bit difficult to talk about, and you've probably, you know, had your private chats about it, and that was whether you would have any more children with Daniel. Now, men tend to be a little, to be honest, a little probably less interested in that until it comes along. But you did want to start a family, and that didn't work out for you. Was that a big disappointment?
I don't think so. I mean, I probably wanted it more for Daniel because Daniel didn't have any children. I had my 2 children, so I really wanted to have a child with him. But it just never happened. We didn't do anything to prevent it, but it didn't happen.
It says here in the notes, they tried very hard.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
That's good to know.
I was worn out, Gerry.
We did. We even went so far as to be checked, and we were both fine, but it just
Yeah.
didn't happen. And people kind of say, "Oh, come on, when are you going to have children?" But they don't seem to think that. Well, maybe it just.
But
hasn't happened.
do you hate the, you know, when are we going to hear the patter of
I
tiny
know.
feet?
I actually think that people think we're younger than we
Yeah.
are, you know. because maybe of what I'm doing or what...
Or maybe
It's
because we're only married.
your hair, you see. Your hair makes you
Thank God to still
because you have
it.
hair, you see.
But you know, I'll be 47 at Christmas, and Magella is just a wee
49
tinge.
coming on, you know.
So I think that, you know, you have to accept at some point that this, you know, is not the way God meant it to be. But we have, I mean, I'm delighted to have Siobhan and Michael in my life.
How do you get on with the two children from Magella's previous
Very good.
marriage? Yeah.
They're great young people. Siobhan is nearly 21 and Michael is 18, and they really are. They're fantastic. I mean, we had, before we got married, like some people would have said to me, oh, will you have difficulties with the stepchildren, or, you know, sometimes you hear these stories.
Not if you give them money.
Well, now, if you knew me, Gerry, they're not going to get too much of that either. But no, we had no bother at all. I think maybe they were anxious that Magella had somebody in her life, because the first time we met was in the concert hall in Glasgow. They were only about, I would say, maybe 13 and 11, or, you know, 12 or 13, Siobhan was. And the first question that she was asked, is Daniel O'Donnell your boyfriend, Mum? And there was no question of it, it was just a friend, you know. So I think they wanted Magella to have somebody in her life.
Well, I mean, you know, I think really at the end of the day, your family should, and most often than not, do step up to the mark and hope for happiness for you. Now,
and you know, I was a good,
what's he like?
Gerry, I was a good catch, you know.
Oh, you were, yeah. You were, you still are. You're gorgeous.
Steady on now, Gerry, steady on.
You're, is he difficult to be with, is he?
No, yeah, I'd like to be able to, you know, say, oh yes, he's this, that and the other. He's very
But is he too
easy.
easygoing? Because I've been with them, and when you get the face going, Daniel, will you sign this old pair of knickers here for me? And he wouldn't say no to Jack the Ripper.
No, he wouldn't. No, absolutely, he doesn't. No, I mean...
Tell us the story
There's
about the woman coming over and asking him to dance, and you two sitting there trying to have a quiet night.
Well, yeah, that was just, I don't think we were married that long, and we went out to a dance somewhere. We were with some friends, actually. I think Josephine was there that night. And we were in a kind of a little area, seating that goes back, you know. Can't think of it.
Alcove.
Alcove, thank you.
Well done.
We were in a little alcove, and everybody else that we were with had gone out and started dancing. And the two of us were just left sitting.
Having a moment,
chatting away, and yeah, really kind of into each other and everything. And this woman just came straight up and she said, "Hi, Daniel, will you dance?" And he said, "Yeah, of course I will." And I just thought...
Jesus.
And I was left sitting, you know, sitting there on my own, like...
But did you give it to him when he came back? Did he get it? Don't you ever do that again?
No, because, you know, I know...
Oh, no, he's so lovely, you couldn't do that.
No, it's not that. I know what Daniel does, and I know how he does it, and he's done it for 20-odd years before he met me. I am certainly not going to come in at this stage of his life and his career and start dictating.
No, because they'd stab you to death.
No, him, I mean. I won't start dictating to him, because that's how he has done it for so long.
But he also understands the one rule of show business, the primo rule of show business. Never diss the person that's putting your bread and butter on the table.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, I have to say that the people that have supported me over the years and come to the concerts and everything, they're extremely loyal, and they have allowed me to enjoy. I mean, I love singing. I love what I do, and they have, you know, allowed me to have this great life, you know, to perform and sing. And obviously, you know, we have a lovely life together. We wouldn't, you know, be able to afford the things we have if it weren't for people. But I think no matter what I would have done, people would have been important. I love meeting people.
Now, he's basically a softie, I think, and he's a very genuine, gentle fella. So it's easy to mess around with this guy's head, I would think. I think you can take the piss out of him, you can slag him, and he doesn't fight back that much, even though he's got quick wit. Do you feel very protective of him?
Yes, I can be at times, yes. I feel, yes, that, you know, sometimes he is very giving of his time, even There are times when I know he may be very tired, he may have had a lot on that you know, people mightn't realise in the situation an hour later, and they can be, sometimes they can be hard on him, and then I tend to, you know, rear up a little bit, you know.
And she can rear up at the fans as well. I heard the story about the night that they weren't all able to get into the studio to watch you perform.
Oh, well, that was just an unfortunate occurrence, really.
Well, you know,
it involved a hurl and a hatchet.
No, just a few words of, you know, really you ought to consider that he may be, you know,
And did
tired.
they lay off?
Oh, they did, yeah. He had just done a very long tour in America, and he had come back to do the show, and he was tired, and I know I shouldn't do it. It's probably, you know, I should stay out of it. But it's hard when you're standing there and they're, you know, maybe tearing into it.
But I have to say that
it
happens very seldom, you know, that there's any disagreement with people. You know, that's not something that happens. I think the most thing, maybe, if there's any kind of confrontation, it might be from people that wouldn't really be fans, and they might see us somewhere, maybe coming through an airport, and, you know, that they think this, you know, they might sort of say, oh, how are you doing? You know, the usual carry on. And very often I would just walk on, you know, but now her ladyship...
Was that an impression of one of the fans?
The red rag to the bull.
No, not fans, no.
And then I have to go back, you see, to try and... You know, you may be people, you know, trying to take a bit of it.
And you'd be walking back going, what did you say about him?
I did, yeah.
So I have to go back then to get her out of it, you see. And if there would be nothing said, we would be away.
I'll give you cups of tea.
What's your problem? You know.
Well, look, it's wonderful to see the two of you so happy together. I mean, I don't know what your ambition for the future is, but I presume it's more entertainment. You have a new album out. We'll be talking about that a little later on. And I would imagine that it's also to grow old together too now.
Absolutely. Yeah. More of the same.
More of the same. Yeah. That sounds pretty good to me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Could
yes,
I
I
just want to say we have a lot of shows before Christmas, but I just want to say there's no.
Yeah, go on.
We just added another show that's going to be in Mullingar and the Park Hotel on the 17th of December. One of a man that played with us for many years in the band, his wife on Wednesday had surgery to have her leg amputated, and they have a lot of medical bills to cover, but also they're going to have to redo their house, and, you know, it's a 2-story house, and fix the bottom floor so that it's friendly for wheelchairs and everything. So the band, myself and Mary, are putting on a show in Mullingar. The tickets will go on sale, I'm not sure when, but they'll hear about it, so just to know that that's an extra show coming up. And
give us a shout in the radio programme, and we'll sell them for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's not a problem. I'm delighted to have you both here this evening.
Thank you.
You've made my night for me. Thank you very much.
Good to be here. Thanks very much. Thank you.
We'll see you later, okay?
I'll be back.
Our next guest is one half of a very famous television couple. But the added twist is that they are, in real life, a couple both on screen and off. Would you please welcome one half of the Richard and Judy formula, Richard Madeley. That's the man.
Can I just apologise? They got the wrong half. I know, but I'll do my best. Hiya.
Well, do you see yourself as one half? Or the preeminent half?
All of us who are married see ourselves as one half. What I don't see myself as, I've been asked this so many times the last few weeks as I'm on this sort of book tour, this book promotion tour.
Have you got a book out, yeah?
Yeah. Haven't you?
Yeah. All right, you mention my book, I'll mention yours.
And people have said, what does it feel like being a brand? And that's a really strange question. It's like saying, what do you feel like being Kellogg's? You know, it's just, it's odd. I don't...
And are you the box or the cereal?
I'm the little free toy you get at the bottom, yeah, if you want to be truthful. We're not that self-conscious. I know it's... Look, I know it's really weird. I know it's weird that this couple who sort of got married, we did local television together, and we ended up doing This Morning, and then we did the evening show, and now we do a peak time show. I know it's weird. I know people must think that either there's a serpent in paradise, you know, that what you see isn't what you get, or that we're sort of... We've been altered, we've been radically changed, almost chemically, by this process of being in the public eye. But it's not like that. We're just, you know, a Mr. and Mrs. who have a happy family life, and actually... You know what this job's like. It's like going to a party every day, isn't it? It's not really work. I know you have to focus on it, and you're doing a brilliant job, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, isn't it? Really. It's a really tough call filling in for someone. I know that. Anyway, but for us, it's just our working life, and then when we go home, we just go back to being, you know, husband, wife, mum, dad.
But you know why people do that? I mean, it's even when I was sort of wondering what we were going to ask you tonight. You're there and you're going, yeah, okay, drugs. What about drugs? Is he on drugs? No. Oh, okay. All right, call girls, hookers, young fellas, altar boys, whatever. No, nothing. Any photographs of the wife with somebody else? No, nothing. Okay, right.
That's the previous guy.
So what people are always looking for,
the serpent in paradise.
Is the serpent in paradise.
Yeah.
And it's too good to be true. So when you can't get the negative angle on the Richard and Judy story, what you do is you go, you're a fakes.
Ah, exactly. That happened for a while, and in the end, we had to... And people said, you must hate each other, you know. You're only sticking together, you know, to earn the money that television brings, to stick with the fame, you know, all that kind of thing. And honestly, if you can... You'd have to be a sort of strangely lobotomized robot to want to work with someone that you hate for 20 years. I mean, we just signed a new deal to do this new digital series, and people say, you know, how can you do that? How can you stand it? Well, we love each other, actually. You know, that's a small thing that sort of helps. And two, we genuinely like working together. I mean, we met working in a television studio. We met at Granada Television, you know, over the water. And after about a year, we realised we'd fallen in love. But before that, we got on. We genuinely worked and thought in the same way. Whether we have the same journalistic inclinations. We have the same sense of humour. So it's, you know, strangely or not, it's fun working together. We enjoy it. We get a kick
And
out
also,
of it.
I think, you know, the one dimension to the persona, or the brand. Is that I enjoy is that it isn't all that lovey-dovey, to be honest. I mean, there's lots of tetchy moments.
Oh, God, yeah.
You'll go, and of course, I was in 1958, and she'll go, I think actually, Richard,
You'll find it was 1950. No,
yes,
exactly.
Well, I want to just...
Well, if there isn't a serpent in paradise, there are sometimes little poisonous adders, you know, which occasionally bite you. Yeah, of course I mean, people say, do you have a row before a show? And if you do, how do you hide it? And we call it the kind of... It's like the dinner party syndrome. Like, you know, your couple's here, right? And you're having friends around for dinner, and they're due at 7:30, and at 7:15, you suddenly find yourself having the mother and father of a row, saying things that cannot be unsaid, you know, for the rest of the evening or even the next day. And then the doorbell goes, and you remember you've got people coming. And it's the fixed grin, and you come in, darling, they're here. You know, and then she trips down looking wonderful, and they come in and you serve drinks, and you say, I'm just going to check on the lap, be back in a minute, and then she follows, and all your friends go, they've had a row. They've had a row, I can tell. So, but that's normal. In fact, after we have had a bit of an argument, you know, before the show, and we get through the show, and hopefully we thought we've hidden it. Now there's this thing called the internet, you know, and there are sort of sites and bloggers and stuff, and it's there 10 minutes later, yeah, they had a row, we could tell. So, but who cares? That's normal. That's normal life.
Have you ever deliberately tried to mess her up?
No. Oh, God, no. No, she'd kill me. In fact, there is occasionally, I mean, I know I interrupt Judy, occasionally, very, very, very rarely. And when it happens once too often...
I would say approximately 5 or 6 times every minute.
Probably that, yeah. And when it does happen once too often, even for her taste, she waits, she's very good, she looks at the monitor, she waits till the camera's off both of us, and then she does that. We call it the Judy jab. And that side of my leg can often be quite yellowish by the end of a week. It's a good restraint.
So you know when you've
gotten
the Judy jab.
Absolutely, yeah.
Zip it. Now, of course, you went through an interesting period, this is a backhanded compliment, where you suddenly started looking like you were in a boy band, and your hair was fantastic, it was spiked up. And,
the short hair routine.
Yeah, and you were looking very dapper, very cool. It was around the time Daniel Craig, I think, was being picked for Bond, and I went, that swine is going for Bond. And I was just wondering, was she looking at you going, what the hell is going on here? What are you doing?
No, there were a series of... You know how the press takes off on something, and there were a series of articles about me which, for once, kind of didn't get to me. They made me a bit self-conscious, and they said, this guy's had the same haircut since 1982, and he ought to do something, and they had sort of mock-ups of what I should look like. And I said to our, you know, hairdresser who comes in occasionally, I said, look, should I do something? And she said, leave it to me. Close your eyes, have a little sleep, and I'll sort this out. And I woke up with like hedgehog, you know, and I had to live with it. No,
I liked it.
Did you like it? Did you? All right. But Judy and I went out for a drink the next day, And she went to get the drinks. I was with the kids or something. She came out with a tray, and I'm sitting right there. And she'd been married for like 20-odd years. She walked straight past me. She didn't recognise me. Straight past me.
Is that a win situation, is it?
Not on the moment, no.
Now, I get the impression, because you're on this solo book tour at the moment, right? Some pretty interesting insights into your early life in the book as well. Do you miss being away from her?
Judy?
Yeah. Or is she outside?
Well, this is... no, she's not.
And if she is, why isn't she sitting here?
This is probably only the third night that we've spent apart, because I'm staying over tonight, because I'm doing a book signing tomorrow. This is only the third night we've stayed apart probably for 3 or 4 years. And before that, there were none for sort of years. No, I mean, I think we're old enough to manage a night apart. You know, there is a mobile phone that we can use.
Now, just to go to the book that you describe in the book, and it's one of those moments where you're kind of skipping through it and you go, ooh, if that's true, that's not very good. Very severe beating in the early part of your life. Who dished that out to you?
Well, that was my dad.
Why? What was going on there?
What was going on was the past, really. I mean, the book is a saga. It's not a misery memoir, I promise you. That aspect is part of it, but it's a saga, and it covers 100 years. It starts in 1907 with my grandfather, and it finishes in and with my son Jack, who's actually written the epilogue.
I think you'll find that is a saga.
Yeah, well, okay, it's a saga, but not a misery memoir, is what I said. And what was happening to Dad, really, was the outpouring of a lot of deep buried anger, because, if I can tell you very quickly, the book starts with what happened to my granddad, who was 10 years old. He was a family of 6 or 7 kids. They lived in the South Midlands in England. It was 1907. And his father, my great-grandfather, went bust like that. And in those days, there was no benefit or state handouts, and you either went to the workhouse or in the gutter. And it looked like it was going to be the gutter. So my great-grandfather went up to a remote farm in Shropshire, way out in the countryside, and appealed to his older brother, who ran it, for help. And the older brother, who turns out, as the book progresses, to be something of a devil, said, yeah, we can help you out. I'll give you all the money you need to transplant the family and emigrate to Canada, where you had to be an idiot to fail in those days. The opportunities were tremendous. He said, I'll pay for all the tickets, I'll give you some stake money to set up a business when you get there, and you don't have to pay me back. And my great-grandfather said, well, what's the catch? He said, well, there's no catch, but I do want one of the kids to stay behind and work on the farm. I'll take Geoffrey. And Geoffrey was 10 years old at the time, and he was the middle kid. There was a baby, and there were slightly older kids, and there were a couple of teenagers.
They sold Geoffrey to
Yeah, they basically... Henry, my great-grandfather, shook hands on this deal, went back to Worcester, didn't tell anybody what he'd done, except to say, a la The Simpsons, the Maidleys are going to Canada. And they packed up, and they went up to the farm, which was halfway to Liverpool a few weeks later, to get the boat, and everybody, bar Henry, the father, knew that Geoffrey was going to come with them to Canada, but it wasn't the case. And the morning that they were due to have gone, my grandfather woke up. He'd gone to bed with his 2 older brothers. They shared this feather bed. And he woke up, and light was coming into the room, and they'd meant to have gone before dawn. And everybody's bags were gone, and only his were left in the corner of the room. And he figured they'd forgotten him. He figured they'd just forgotten him in the rush and bustle of going. And he ran around the house calling their names, and there was no answer. And he went downstairs, and there was Uncle William, this mutton-chop whiskered guy sitting at the fire with his stew of tea. And he said, where were they gone? And William said, sit down, I'll tell you your fortune. And he told him without dressing it up at all. He said, they've gone, they're probably on the boat by now, they left at 2 in the morning. And the deal is, my son, that you stay here, and I've done this deal with your father, and you will work off the debt until you're 21.
I gave your father money, but I got you.
He didn't dress it up. He explained it in words of 1 syllable. And thus, my granddad's incredible reversal of fortune began.
Appalling.
It's appalling. But the thing is, that, if you like, was the original sin of the father in my maidly line. And it spilled over into my father's life, because it screwed up Geoffrey, my grandfather's life. He had other reversals of fortune.
But how does that explain your father beating you so viciously?
I'll try and put this in 5 sentences. What it meant was that my dad grew up with a father who showed him no affection whatsoever. He'd been so damaged, he'd withdrawn into himself, which left, as any child would be left, my father feeling incredibly rejected and angry. And he grew up without any affection being shown to him from his dad whatsoever. Not verbal, not physical, he wasn't played with, he was virtually ignored by him. He was sent away to a horrible boarding school when he was 15 for reasons we don't understand to this day. And it left my dad very, very screwed up. He overcame most of the damage through my mother. He went to Canada and met her, saw her happy family, and adopted a sort of a carapace of happiness, which he learnt to sort of inhabit and live. But deep down there was buried anger. And finally, when I was about 8, having had a great upbringing until then, and he was the opposite of my grandfather with me, it just came out. I did something very minor, I don't know what it was, and he told me, he'd never hit me until then, and he told me to face the wall. And I did, and he left the room, and I was looking at, and this only came back to me when I wrote the book. This memory came back like a long recovered tape. And I'm looking at this picture on the wall, and it's of a Canadian lake with leaves drifting onto it, and strange rocks coming out of the water, and I can see this right now in front of me, and I thought maybe the punishment was going to be to count the leaves or count the rocks like you do lines, you know. And I heard the shed door open outside behind me, our shed door, and it made a distinctive noise as it scraped across the garden path every time. And that was the last time that noise had no meaning for me. And then I heard my father coming, and I didn't turn around, and I didn't see that he had this very big stick in his hand, a long bamboo cane. And the next thing I knew, we had a fire burning in the room. The next thing I knew, I thought my legs had caught fire. I really did think, this isn't a metaphor, I really thought they'd caught fire. And I heard a crackling noise, and I thought that was maybe a spark had come out and caught my trousers. And then my buttocks kind of caught fire. And I was frozen with pain, and I managed to turn around. And there was my lovely dad, you know, my lovely, loving dad, totally changed. He turned almost into an animal. His features contorted and red and angry. And whistling through the air was this stick towards what would have been my shoulder blades. But because I turned it, caught me on the upper arm, and down I went. And he stopped then and threw the stick down and said something like, "Don't do it again," and left the room. I could scarcely comprehend what had happened. And the next thing I remember from this, and again it only came back when I wrote this down in these pages, I heard what I thought my mother had come back in because she'd gone out. And I thought I could hear the whistle of the kettle blowing, and it was boiling. I think, oh, she's come in, she's got the kettle on. And then I realised it was me. I was making this noise, you know, this thin sort of keening noise because of the pain. And thus began a kind of intermittent period of 2 years until I was 10, where in between times it was sunshine and love and kisses and affection, and then these rages would boil over. But even as a child, you know, I discerned that they were nothing to do with what I'd done, and that they were aberrations in my father.
Yeah, not much use to you, though, when you're on the receiving end.
No, it's not. But
did you resolve this with them?
I did. It came to a head with a final thrashing, which was so bad I couldn't go to school the next day. And on that occasion, my mother was in the house, and she realised how bad things were, and she intervened and in a big way threatened the police, threatened to leave him. And it resolved itself the very next morning. I couldn't go to school, so my father took me on a business trip in his car. And you know how when you're driving as a couple in a car, you can often say things that you don't say face to face because you're looking forward, you know, like when you go for a walk together. And he did 3 things, very briefly. He tried to explain what had been going on in the 2 years, not in silly psychobabble, but he did try to explain that it was nothing to do with me. He said he was desperately ashamed of succumbing to these rages, and he promised me, you know, on his honour and with all his heart, that he'd never ever do it again. And he never did. And that restored the bond of trust, and the act of forgiveness that I was able to give him helped heal it. He ended up forgiving his father for ignoring him when he was a child. I forgave my father. Indeed, his own father, my grandfather, ended up forgiving his father in Canada. So what the book actually shows, and I didn't realise this till I finished it, and my son picked up on this in the epilogue, it shows that the sins of the father are visited on the son. They are. They do come through the generations. And it's actually sort of up to the son to decide how to cope with it. And forgiveness, weirdly enough, is the tool that can fix things.
Well, now there, in a brief few moments, you get a taste of the passion and the fear that has been your life.
Mostly
it's a snapshot.
It's a snapshot. Yeah.
Fairly horrible snapshot, but thank you very much for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Richard Madeley, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can tell you, there's lots more that will catch your attention there between those pages. If you'd like to meet Richard, he'll be signing copies of his new book, Fathers and Sons, at Eason's on O'Connell Street. I was there last week. One woman licked my face. From 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Maybe she'll turn up for you.
Lick my face. It's okay, Judy's not here.
Richard Madeley.
Lick away.
Okay. We have a quick reminder of tonight's phone-in competition, which comes from the Kieran Maguire Group, developers of the Palm View Resort in Cape Verde. The prize is 7 nights and 5-star luxury on Cape Verde, with all meals, sports and activities included. Wonder what the activities are. Plus €5,000 in spending money for your chance to win. Answer this simple and moronic question. Which of the following is a famous movie starring Robert De Niro? Is it Cape Hope, Cape Love, or Cape Fear? Now, if you think you know the answer, call 15 15 71 71 81 with your name, your number, and your answer. Or you could text LATE, followed by your answer and your name to 57111. Viewers in Northern Ireland won't be left out. You can also text 57111, or you could call 0901 293 0050. The usual terms and conditions apply. You must be over 18 years of age to enter. Lines closed tonight at 11. I will be calling the winner before the end of the show, and remember, you must be in to take make the call or you don't get the prize. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, can it be possible? Tommy Tiernan and Leon Jackson. Welcome back. Now, this next young fella survived a mauling by Louis, Simon, Sharon, Danny, and emerged victorious as the winner of X Factor. The first single from his brand new album is called Don't Call This Love, and he's here to sing it for us tonight. The current X Factor champion, Leon Jackson.
Crying rain, nothing to say. Lately I wonder who you are today. I know all about you, but I don't understand why you won't see me, why things have changed. Oh, baby, something's going on. God knows, I know. 'Cause you can't keep nothing from me, 'cause I know what I've seen now. You can try your best to deceive, but I know where you've been now. And you can cry your heart out to me, but it's hard to believe. Don't call this love, love. Oh, listen to me. Oh, hey, yeah. No, baby, don't call it love. 'Cause you can't keep nothing from me, 'cause I know what I've seen now. You can try your best to deceive, but I know where you've been now. And you can cry your heart out to me, but it's hard to believe. Don't call this love. I said, don't call this love. Don't call this love. Don't call it love.
Well done, well done.
Leon Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful band, too. Leon's album Right Now is out right now, and I would quickly advise that you go and get it. Now, some would say that my next guest is barking mad, and that's true. But to me, he's one of the most gentle, adorable, cuddly little monkeys I've ever come across. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Tommy Tiernan.
It's a pleasure. Hello there.
Hello.
It makes a change from the robot.
Oh, you're a bad man, Tiernan.
Do you reckon?
Bad from the beginning. Born bad. Bad in every way.
Getting worse.
How are you?
God be good to you and all your people.
Thank you very much.
May Jesus, who died on the cross, have no hard feelings against you.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Jesus loves me.
In particular.
Yeah. He told me so last night.
Gerry, fucking love you.
It's funny, that's exactly what he said, Tommy.
Yeah. He's away with words, Jesus, he does.
How are you?
I'm very good now. I'm very excited to be on the show with you hosting it. I've all the time in the world for Pat.
Yeah?
But you know... Sure, we're all here now having the crack.
That's great. And sure, that's a lovely, lovely hat you have and everything.
Oh, that's to keep the devilment in me head.
Now, you've become a father.
Yes, but 15 years ago.
Yeah. Was that not more recently, was it not?
No, I've had well, I drank this to just hold it here all night.
You might be nervous. Spread it on yourself.
Is there I'm not too nervous. I'm doing all right.
No.
I became a father again 10 weeks ago.
Yeah?
For the 5th time. Louis Tiernan is in the world. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
See, now, I'm going to tell you a secret. He said, what you should do so he doesn't go friggin' mad from the beginning of the interview was talk about the child at the beginning of the interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it would calm you, they said.
All right, yeah. It's very hard to name children.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
you named a young fellow of yours Rex.
That's right.
And nobody bet ahead of you.
No. I thought it would look good on the poster, Rex Ryan.
I was thinking about you hosting the show, and I was lying in my hotel bed this afternoon. I was thinking, well, what'll I say? Because I know you might want to talk about the kids. And
yeah.
I think my son, Louis Tiernan, I think he sounds like a solicitor from Ballinrobe.
No, you see, you're thinking. That's my brainwave there.
Like a one-eyed solicitor. Louis Tiernan and co, come on in, we'll see what we can do for you now. I was going to put, it's just me tell it here, I was going to put an AT at the end of the co. Louis Tiernan and co. So that made me laugh. And then I was thinking about you and having a son called Rex and what that must be like, you know. And I was imagining you saying to him, do you fancy a cup of tea, Rex? And he was there. That's how I pass my days. Sorry for that.
But this was all happening. The worrying thing about this was happening by himself in a bedroom.
Look, you could be doing worse things now.
Yeah, you could be doing worse things.
I watched a porn recently.
Did you? Do you agree with
My
porn?
Ass is Haunted.
Is it?
Oh, it's brutal Brazilian filth. Go on anywhere. Go on,
give me I want to hear about that movie.
Well, I tell you what, I'm
in case I'm lonely.
No, I'm very interested in filmmaking, and I think that the title of the movie, in my mind, is the most important thing. So, if you see a pornographic movie called My Ass is Haunted, sure, you have to watch that.
Yeah.
You know? And
What was the storyline?
I had just some fella bathering some young one in a shower. I didn't really know. And I was thinking about a movie that I could make. You know, but the title would have to be good, and the title had to be laughing, and it would have to be a movie where, you know, when comedians do movies sometimes and it doesn't work because it's their, the movie would have to be as wild as my stand-up, right? And I think I have the title for it.
Go on.
It's called Itinerance in Space.
Well, the Chinese are in space. The Indians went to the moon.
The Indians landed on the moon.
Yeah.
God be good to them. I went into an Indian restaurant. It's very funny. I went into an Indian restaurant in Navan, where I grew up. And I was on tour, and we went into the Indian takeaway after the show, and the fella, I placed my order, and the fella behind the counter goes, I can tell from your accent you're not from around here. So anyway, Itinerance in Space is...
How's that going to work? What's the main thrust of it?
The main thrust of it is, it's about 3 itinerants, Ed Ward, Ted Ward, and Edward Ward. And they're all gay. And they're... The way my movie works is that...
How are they dressed?
Oh, they're dressed like...
in spacesuits?
I haven't... I don't know how they're dressed.
See, now, you haven't thought the whole thing out yet, have you?
You're right, I haven't. All I know is that they're expelled from the... Each tribe has its own planet.
Yeah.
So the itinerants have their own planet, and these... Because a gay itinerant, sure, you couldn't be having that. So the 3 boys... The 3 boys are sent off on a kind of a cross between a rocket and a high-ace van to find a cure for gayness. Yeah. And that's as far as I've got.
That's as far as you've got. Have you gotten out of Earth orbit?
Oh no. Oh yeah, they're in space.
Oh right, yeah.
Remember in Superman, the 3 fellas in the plate of glass going, where are we going? Where are we going?
So that's them. That's as far as they've got.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as we all know, the travelling community is a legitimate ethnic group.
You said that, not me now, Gerry. You can... Why is it?
I'm saying...
I'm
saying that they're... I'm saying
we're traveling people, we're not
trying to say that they're a legitimate... They had posters and everything, their own posters.
Have their own posters?
Remember, traveller friend?
No.
Yeah, but the Poles complained about that, so did the Lithuanians, because apparently we were meant to share the money out with every other ethnic group, and that didn't happen. Now, you have a good take on multi-ethnic Ireland.
Oh, I do. I do.
Oh, yes, he does.
I'm...
This band brings people together by insulting them.
Well, yeah, that's the style of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you were all having a laugh at each other, nobody takes anything seriously.
Yeah, no.
So I think one of the fantastic things about modern Ireland and the amount of different people we have here now, it's getting hard. The confusion on the streets is palpable.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder to walk around Ireland without bursting your whole laughing. Everywhere you go, there's... Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir, please, sir, please, sir. Sir, please, could you please, sir, please. What time, sir, please. Please, sir, please, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, what time is bus? What time is bus? Sir, please, please, need to know, sir, please. Please, sir. What time? Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. What time is bus, sir? Please, need to know, sir. Need, please. What time is bus? Please, please, sir. Would you slow down, will you? I can't understand. What you're saying, you mad cork, who are you?
Now, is that...
You want something on your chin? Cheeseburger.
It's real. It's real. This happens.
Just give us a Fanta.
You know, we're a very advanced country. We have an awful lot of things that, you know, other countries had way before us, but now we're the same as things like video shops.
Oh, yeah.
But no other countries. No other countries. No other countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome the Polish Gerry Ryan?
No other countries. No other country put you through same lot of shit to get membership.
There was, I've never in my life said the
That's
words...
the end of my free videos from Extravision anyway, come on.
Oh, I know you've taken the punchline. Do another story. That was the Extravision was the punchline.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry about that.
There's no chance of getting Pat now at this stage, is he? Probably...
I was just trying to help. I was just trying to big it up.
Get him. Someone call the robot.
I was just trying to big it up.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you a funny story now.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Jerry will horse into it, and if they laugh, it's funny.
Go on. Are you ready for a funny story?
But you decide. I spend a lot of time riding my motorbike now, and I love it, you know. And I know before anybody says anything, I know riding a motorbike is dangerous, okay? I've been to the National Rehabilitation Clinic, right? That's where I got the bike.
This is true.
Your man wanted rid of it awful quick. It only has a few scratches and it won't turn left, but he said, take it away, take it away. If I ever see that fucking thing again, I'll shoot it, I'll shoot it.
Don't laugh, it's a true story.
I tried to put the money in his hand, but he'd no grip. You're taking the piss out of me now, are you?
Look, there's a fella shaking his head there, look.
He's the guy that took me.
Look.
There's a few things you have to be careful of when you're riding a motorbike. One of them, the main thing, is what I was certainly unaware of, was flies dying against your helmet. Yeah. I haven't had that since I rode an itinerant. Right?
Don't clap for that.
Ah, come on.
Don't clap for
So
that.
we're only having the crack.
Listen, you've got something to give away, haven't you?
Yes, I have now.
And penicillin won't cure it.
No. What we decided to do, there's a new DVD out today.
A Blu-ray DVD.
A Blu-ray. So this is the first time an Irish person has released a Blu-ray DVD. So, and it's my Bovinity one, and it's out today. It's also out on DVD. Pat would do this all for me now, but I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, because...
Now...
Well, you're meant to do something. You're meant to go into the audience.
Jeez, would you just relax?
All right.
So,
I'm just trying to help you.
It's like getting your father to teach you how to drive. What are you at? What are you at? Dad, if you just shut up for a minute, I'll take the corner. Now, what we did is, for those watching at home, we have a Sony HD DVD TV. What's that right? A Sony HD TV plus a Blu-ray DVD player to give away. The way we decided we'd do was have a joke competition.
Yeah, good.
So we asked everybody in the audience, what was the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? And the best answer will win the television and all that kind of stuff.
Great.
So I'm going to read out some of the answers, and then you give a cheer.
Yeah.
And you as well, you can cheer, and you tell me which ones you think are funny.
Yes,
okay?
too quickly.
Okay, I will. Do you remember Gay used to have the Late Show until 4 in the morning?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, young Tommy is going to go on for another half an hour.
I think he fancied me, do you know that? Oh, I swear to God.
Well, I can assure you, Tommy, he didn't.
Really?
Because he fancies me.
All right, okay.
Hold on, my things after falling off here.
Things after falling off. It'd be like riding Yoda. Now, come here to me. What?
Is that me or Gay?
Gay.
What?
Oh, what's the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? There'll never be a protest march against losing your virginity.
That's good, good, yeah.
What's the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? You can lose your virginity anywhere, but you can only use your medical card in Ireland. I like that.
That sounds like a winner.
But you wouldn't want to lose your virginity to Mary Harney. I didn't rate it, they did. Filth. What's the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? You don't have to be over 70, means tested, or rich to lose your virginity. I didn't like that one.
No, I didn't like that one either.
There's no difference. You won't remember losing either of them. Oh, there's a girl who shaved her armpits. She had that. Hey, look. What's the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? No difference. Both the same. Easy come, easy go. No. Okay. Difference. You can't ask Brian Cowan for your virginity back.
Or anything else.
This is, I think this is the best one. What's the difference between losing your virginity and losing your medical card? No difference. Both mean you've been rode.
Yeah, that's good.
So the winner is, what do you call it out, Brenda?
Yeah, the winner is Brenda Casely. There, she's up there. Tommy, you want to go up to her?
Do I want to go up to her?
Yeah.
All right, what'll I do when I get up there?
Get up there and sit on her.
Well, Brenda, look at Jesus now.
And Brenda, you've just won a fabulous prize. It's the latest high-definition Sony Bravia TV and Blu-ray player.
Oh, Jesus, Brenda, how are you?
Tommy's going up to frighten you now as we speak.
I feel like my mammy sent me on a message. It's you, is it? Oh, there's more comfort out of you, Jonathan.
Tommy's DVD is called Bovinity.
Hello, how are
Trust
you?
me.
Hello,
it's even more dangerous than what you've just been subjected to. Coming up in part 4, Roseanne Barr. See you then. Welcome back. During the break, I picked, by a random and fair and scientific method, a card from the hat for tonight's audience prize. So let's see who the winner is. Just reminding you, the question was, who wrote the song, Are You Right There, Michael, Are You Right? And of course, the answer is Percy French. The song, for those of you who are interested, is about the railway now long gone from Ennis to Kilkee. And the man's name is Stephen Monaghan. Where are you, Stephen? I'm going to nip down to Stephen, if that's okay. Oh God, he looks too young to be in here, do you know that? How old are you, son?
22.
22.
I am.
Well now, Stephen, I don't know whether you've ever heard of Ennis Fashion Week or whether it's your bag.
No.
Well, I can see that. I'm told, though, that it's in full swing this week with all sorts of fashion events throughout the town, and to celebrate the Armada Hotel, you might be interested in this bit, in Spanish Point on the beautiful Clare coast. Are you paying attention?
I am.
You're all right. On the beautiful Clare coast, they want to treat you and 3 friends. Have you 3 friends?
I do.
Can you name them?
Not yet.
No. They want to treat you and your 3 imaginary friends to a VIP weekend. You will stay for 2 nights in luxury in the Tranquility Suites with gourmet champagne dinners each evening. You look like a man who does that a lot. And there's €1,000 spending money for you.
Thanks a lot, Gerry.
Details on armadahotel.ie. Enjoy your prize.
Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the point of having Daniel O'Donnell in the house if he's not going to sing? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Daniel O'Donnell.
He looked down into her brown eyes and said, say a prayer for me. She threw her arms around him, whispered, God will set us free. They could hear the riders coming. He said, this is my last fight. If they take me back to Texas, they won't take me back alive. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. She reached down and picked the gun up that lay smoking in his hand. She said, Father, please forgive me. I can't make it without my man. And she knew the gun was empty, and she knew she couldn't win. But her final prayers were answered when the rifles fired again. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. Oh, 7 Spanish angels took another angel home.
Daniel O'Donnell, 7 Spanish Angels, taken from his
Gerry,
latest
if I
album,
can just-
Country Boy. I know you want to say hello
I
to
want
somebody.
to say hello to someone. My niece Fiona is in Letterkenny Hospital, and I just want to wish her well. I hope that she's better soon. Get well soon, Fiona.
Daniel O'Donnell, ladies and gentlemen. And Daniel starts his Irish tour on the waterfront, should I say, in Belfast on December the 8th. We wish you the very best with that, Daniel. Thank you very much for being with us this evening. By the way, Mr. Tiernan has just whispered in the floor manager's ear to pass on the news that there is a copy of his latest incendiary DVD, Bovinity, for everyone in the audience. Oh yeah, greed is good, greed is good. My next guest was a 33-year-old mother of 3, washing dishes in a restaurant and living in a trailer park with her husband and her 3 children. She then landed her very own TV show, which made her one of the highest paid entertainers in the world. Now she's back on the stand-up circuit. She's described as the most outspoken and provocative comic of her time. Would you please welcome Roseanne Barr. How are you?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Please take a seat. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Roseanne Barr, as I live and breathe.
Boy, this is a long show.
Yeah, you better believe it.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's unheard of. isn't
And
it?
you know, in the old days, it used to go on for even longer.
Oh, my God. Well, you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, where were you tonight? You were in the Button Factory.
No, yes, I was.
The
yes.
Button Factory.
Uh-huh.
And I know that Michael Moore was responsible for bringing you back out on stand-up circuit.
Yeah.
Playing to a very difficult bunch of people, students. They ain't a cheap laugh. They're discerning.
Well, they were a great audience.
Yeah, you loved it.
Yeah. At that time, I had, like, kind of been a little discouraged. But, you know, I went out on tour with him for the 2004 election, and we went all across the United States to various campuses, big audiences of young people, and it was just very exciting to connect with a whole new generation of, you know, audience.
Well,
so it kind of like got me
a whole new generation
pumped.
of Americans that
Yeah.
were willing to listen to what you were saying.
Right, it got me pumped to do it again.
Now,
So
when
I
you say
did.
you were a little discouraged at that time before you embarked on that tour with Michael, why? What had you discouraged?
Well, I mean, there was a kind of a feeling in the States after, you know, the, you know, horrifying thing at 911, you know, that, and what happened is that it was kind of not a comfortable thing to have anything to say. And so it was discouraging for people who have something to say, like myself, and you know, I would go places and people were kind of frightened, and you know, it was discouraged to say anything
You mean
about our government or
anything that wasn't uber patriotic
yeah,
or pro-government?
absolutely. Even in jokes, even jokes that people would be afraid to laugh at Bush and stuff. But you know, so I just kept on doing it, and I saw the whole attitude change in about the space of 4 years. Then they were cheering the jokes. First they were like this, and then like by 4 years they were just cheering, and they say anything negative about Bush, now everybody loves it.
So you mock the President of the United States?
Yeah, I don't like President Bush, and
I'm shocked.
you know, nobody pretty much does. I think that he needs our support, though, now that no one supports him. He kind of needs our support. But he does want to ask. He does want to ask the Irish people if they could loan us $700 billion just till the weekend when we get our check back from China, if that's possible.
Well, of course, the vista looks interesting and different. You have Barack Obama. I'm not sure what your stance today is on that. It seems
I
to
wanted
change from date.
Hillary.
You wanted
You know,
Hillary?
I did. I was kind of disappointed because I wanted Hillary because I figured hoes before bros, you know. But
you know, I'm a Hillary supporter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and unashamedly so. And then I quickly changed when I saw that she wasn't going to make it through the
that's
nominations.
kind of what I did too.
Yeah, and I went, you know what? Ha, white American woman, you know, a black American guy. He's got some Irish connections. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I just wanted a Democrat, like I say. I hope the people who fix the elections will allow us to have a Democrat this time for the sake of our democracy. I just hope that happens. I don't think Hillary was treated fair, and I don't think her husband Bill was treated fairly either. They all the time were calling Bill a liar just because he looked in the camera and said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. He was talking about Hillary. So, you know, he was hardly a liar.
Why do you think she lost out?
Oh my God, don't get me started. I mean,
Why do you think she lost out?
Well, honestly, I think that, you know, she lost out because she voted for the war. That's what I think. And people were like so sick of that. And, you know, she lost a lot of support. And Barack Obama's in because he didn't, you know, he didn't vote for the war.
Yeah, but he's just given a kind of slightly different spin on it. He said he's going to take everybody from Iraq and send them off to Afghanistan.
I know, that makes me so mad. I know that he said that. But I guess, you know, he has to say what he has to say.
Is there somebody creeping around behind me? You know? Oh, yeah, yeah. Look, I brought these especially for you.
Is that Obama? Oh, that's cute. It looks like him.
And that's John McCain.
Yeah, it kind of looks like him.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Do you like them? I'm going to put them there just to inspire you.
Oh, really?
They're not mine, so if you damage them, there might be a
that one really looks like Obama.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the little heads moving.
I like the bobble-headed thing.
Now, you've been less than kind about McCain, the octogenarian.
Well, he's too damn old to run for president. I mean, really seriously, he won't even live past a year, and you know, he won't. And then that horrible woman, that horrible, horrible Palin woman who, like, all you have to do is look at her for a minute and you understand why women were at one time not allowed to vote. I mean, she's a horrible woman.
What's horrible about her?
Well, first of all, that she's a beauty queen is so disgusting. I hate anybody like that.
Yeah.
She's thin and she was a beauty queen, and that is enough to, like, disqualify her as, like, a serious human being in my mind forever, no matter what. But, I mean, her policies are horrifying is what's so scary
Sorry,
about
does she
it.
have policies?
Well, if you can find them.
Yeah. Are you enjoying Tina Fey, are you?
Oh, that's just fantastic, yeah.
Now, of course, some say it's the last refuge of the dying. When she went on Saturday Night Live with Tina, Sarah Palin did too. Was it brave or was it stupid?
I felt sorry for her, and that made me hate her even more because, like, then you, like, see her as a vulnerable, you know, person, and then you're like, oh my God, now I have to feel sorry for you too. I mean, you know, it's irritating.
So who is there out there that you're going to support?
I'm a Green, and I actually already have voted, and I voted for Cynthia McKinney, who's the Green Party candidate for president, and that's what I did.
Yeah, but there's as much chance of me getting the presidency as her, isn't there?
Well, you're supposed to vote your conscience. And I'm in California, so, you know, I made sure that it doesn't hurt Barack Obama's chances that I voted Green. But actually, it's a good political move because the Green Party in America, all they need is 5% of the vote, and then they qualify for, you know, funds for, you know, to run. And I like the platform of the Greens, and I'd like to see it eventually overtake the Democratic Party itself because, I mean, it's pro-environment and all the things that, you know, people in the middle and not at both extremes actually want.
Now, you are incredibly vocal. I was having a look at the blogs, and you really...
I drink a lot and then start typing. I'm always in trouble.
Now, do you know, I really deeply suspected that. Now, I drink an awful lot, by the way, but I can't type. I actually can't do anything then. So,
did you really expect?
So I read other people's ranting and raving, and you really went for it. You call McCain a fetus.
I didn't call him a fetus. Did I call him a fetus? Oh, well, he looks like a fetus.
I was trying to work out, was that a so was that a compliment or what is it?
Well, he looks like a fetus. I mean, he's very, you know, like, you know, when
what scans you've been
babies
looking
look
at.
like old men, that's what he looks like.
There he is. Look at fetus McCain.
Yeah. I've called him a number of names.
Did you apologize? Because sometimes you go back with the Angelina Jolie stuff. You were said that she was squirting out kids and they were eating up the third world's funds or something like that.
No, I didn't. I said
I'm paraphrasing.
I said that these, you know, the wealthy people, their children consume 10 times the amount of resources as the poor. That's what I said, and it's true.
But they got upset then, and you appeared obviously without any alcohol maybe 2 or 3 nights later on the blog going, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that.
Yeah, well, that's part of being human. You know what I was mad at her for is because she said that she didn't see much of a difference between McCain and Obama. I'm like, man, what kind of drugs are you on? You know, I mean, because obviously there's a huge difference, and that's what I was upset with her saying. I thought that was a disingenuous thing to say.
But it's honest of you to say, because I think that's what a lot of people do, that they go on, I mean, people do booze up and they go online, they get, I mean, that was part of a running gag in the West Wing. Eli Attie used to have, I think it was Josh sometimes, would get tanked up, angry, and go on and go on blogs.
Well, the truth is that unfortunately, I wasn't really drinking. I get like, I just said that. But I mean, I get really passionate about, you know, the future of my country, and, you know, I consider myself very patriotic, and I consider that the middle of the country, people who think like me are not represented at all, and I get really worked up about it, and I just, you know, sometimes, I mean, it is my blog, and that's where I'm expressing my opinion, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, you know, the next day you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been, you know, so tough, and I'll explain, it's not really Angelina Jolie that I don't like, it's the media image of what they sell, you know, her, how they sell her, and all celebrities, including myself, is bullshit.
You do describe yourself at one stage, though, during Roseanne, as having succumbed to celebrity psychosis yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How bad did you get?
What, like, you mean, like,
how crazy?
Out of control? Oh, totally out of control, thinking like everything was, you know, too big. And it is too big. It's like, wow, you're in the middle of this huge, like, what do you call it, hurricane, and it's hard to keep your balance.
Let's just remind ourselves of what Roseanne was like. Let's have a look. Take a look at this. Let's go back in time.
A good man don't just happen. They have to be created by us women.
You think you know everything?
Well, I do know everything, Crystal. A guy is a lump like this donut. Okay, so first, you got to get rid of all the stuff his mom did to him. And then you got to get rid of all that macho crap that they pick up from the beer commercials. And then there's my personal favorite, the male ego.
That was 1,000,000 years ago. It's so long ago. That was so long ago. I can't believe it. It's 20 years now.
What does it feel like? What does it feel like looking at that?
Well, you know, I have a lot of great memories. That was the pilot, and that was 20 years ago this week that it went on. So I look at those jokes and think how old they are, and then also how new, because you still.
No, they're good
you know,
jokes. Good
they
jokes.
were good jokes, and I had great writers, and I have nothing but great memories of that show.
Now, you came from such an extraordinary background, you know, living in a trailer
Come from Salt Lake City,
yeah.
Utah.
You know, working hard, real working class background, and then suddenly you find yourself in the middle of this maelstrom of fame with what I still think is one of the great sitcoms, because it wasn't glitzy, it wasn't glamorous, it was a working class family who were pretty ordinary, normal people who weren't glamour pusses.
Right. Well, we were middle, you know, we were middle of the country, and middle opinion, and middle of America, and I always was like, those were the people I grew up with, and I still find them incredibly inspiring. I still think they're the, you know, only people with common sense left in the world, working people. I mean, that's where I get my battery.
And do you miss that? Do you miss being able, because you did influence your country, you influenced not only the business that you worked in, you also had a great career out of it, but you also influenced people's opinions, because those scripts were clever.
Well, thank you very much. Well, I meant to, because, you know, I got tired of, you know, I mean, even when I was a little girl and I would watch TV, I would see nobody like me on there. And I always thought, man, the real stuff is the funniest stuff, the most moving stuff, the most challenging stuff, the most revolutionary stuff. It's right in the middle. And, you know, I've always been somebody who subscribed to that no extremes, just middle, because you know, that's the base of everything, of every government and every movement. And so I didn't see it represented, so, you know, I was just very passionate about bringing that.
Well, what's it like when a TV family breaks up. I remember watching the last episode of Home Improvement with Tim Robbins, and when I thought, I can't watch this, it's like looking at a real family breaking up. I mean, what was it like when Goodman and all the rest of your kids and everything disappeared, your TV family?
Well, it was so depressing. I mean, you know, it had been 10 years of, you know, it was a family for 10 years. I mean, the little kid that played DJ, he started when he was 4.5 years old on the show, and now he has 2 children. I mean, you know, so I'm sort of a surrogate mother to them, and I took them as surrogate children. So then we weren't going to see each other anymore, and
was
it
it
was
like
sad.
poop? Was it a knife cut?
No, we still see each other and talk frequently, but I mean, we don't see each other every day. So it's just like a little bit like when your kids grow up and move away, a little bit like that.
That sounds very sad.
It is kind of like, you know, I mean, they all, Sarah Gilbert and Michael Fishman, they have children, and, you know, I mean, life goes on and we all get older. I hate the getting older thing. It's just such a bummer. I hate it. But, you know, I
Udo's
have,
oil tablets, that did the arthritis for me. I would recommend them.
but I mean, I have 4 grandchildren of my own now. My children are grown, and I mean, life just goes on, and, you know, it just moves on like real families.
But because I think you were doing something that was so defined, it seemed, you know, John Goodman went off then and did some movies, but like, you know, it's fairly a specialised niche world that he's in. I felt that you were excluded then by Hollywood.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that is, you know, I don't like to say that, but yeah, I think that happened to me too.
Why did that happen?
Well, I looked at it in, you know, a lot of different ways, because I was like, geez, you know, I'm a good actress, actor, whatever. You know, I can act. But then I thought, and I was depressed for a while over it. But then I thought, well, I think it is that people, they just know me as Roseanne Connor, and they love her so much that, you know, I could never be anything else. I would never top it. I would never be able to, you know, compete with it. And for a while it was upsetting, but then it was like I settled into it, and I thought, what a great thing to be, you know, have portrayed this person that, you know, people like look at as like almost a family member. So, I mean, that's good enough for me. And then, you know,
but did
to
you
go
not get
back and
pissed, though, from a career point of view? Because it's like, they go, okay, that was fantastic, wonderful, groundbreaking. We're putting a full stop, by the way, at the end of it, because, you know, we're moving on to something else. And so they stop you from expressing yourself as an actress, effectively.
Yeah, but I found...
Did you not, like, that? I'd have gone mad.
Well, you know, maybe I did for a while. But, you know, fortunately I'm able to write, and I'm still able to write a good joke. And so I thought, well, the hell with them. You know, it's like so stifling and everything the way it is. I mean, seriously, if I was going to tell you, it's like this crazy world where nothing, it's all fake and nothing is real anyway. And, you know, and unfortunately I was able to write good jokes and go out and tell them. And, you know, I mean, like I say, it's been 20 years since the show was on, 10 since it's been off, although it's still on 20 years now. But I can go out and still face an audience and, you know, make them laugh. And that's what brought me to show business in the first place. So I still have my talent, and I still have, you know, the jokes. And it really is about the jokes.
Well, it's wonderful to have you here.
But thank you for saying those nice things. I appreciate it.
It's just the truth. You don't have to
thank you.
Thank me for it. It's great to have you here. I'm delighted that you've decided, for whatever reason, to get back on the road and do your stand-up. I hope to get a chance to see it sometime. Roseanne Barr, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a good
she's
interview.
a nice person. You're a nice person.
I try.
Okay.
Are you giving me these, though?
Am I giving you these?
They're cute.
Will I give them to her? Will I? Yeah.
I like them.
There you go. They're for you.
Thank you. They're cute.
The guy who owns them is going to have a heart attack. Okay, this is the part of the evening that I've kind of been dreading, because this is the listeners' or the viewers' prize. The prize is 7 nights in 5-star luxury on Cape Verde. We asked you which of the following is a famous movie starring Robert De Niro. To be honest, you'd want to be brain dead not to get this. Was it Cape Hope? Was it Cape Love? Or was it Cape Fear? Okay, who have we got on the line? Oh, don't be in. What does Pat do now?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Gerry.
Gerry. Doesn't sound like a woman. Who's that? Who's on the other end of the line?
Declan Hooley's my name.
What's your name?
Declan Hooley.
Declan Hooley.
Yeah.
Would you be related to Katrina Hooley?
Yes, I am.
In what way?
Husband.
Cousin?
Husband.
Husband. All right. Okay, that's excellent. Is she there?
She certainly is.
She sent you in. Why?
No, I say she certainly is.
She's a bit nervous, is she?
Hi, Gerry. How are you?
Katrina, that's good. Where's your husband from?
Left in Skibbereen.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Eastern Europe there for a second. Nice man and lovely people, even if he was. Katrina, I have very, very good news for you. Right. You've won 7 nights and 5-star luxury. I'm sorry, I was told to take this really seriously, and I'm trying my best. Okay, I'll put on a proper voice here.
That's okay.
Thank you for that backing. You've won 7 nights and 5-star luxury on Cape Verde.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
That's
you'd want to do
fantastic.
better than that.
Oh, thank you, Gerry.
Better than that.
You've done a wonderful job this evening, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Did she answer the question?
She did. It was... Actually, that's a very good point. Roseanne's made a very good point. Very good point from Roseanne Barron. I will not have this as my final moment on the show. What's the answer?
Oh, Cape Fear.
Yes, well done. Okay. Thank you to all of my guests and to everybody behind the scenes who really did help me. Pat will be back next Friday. I have had an absolute ball here tonight. Good night and God bless.